All right, guys. Hey, Coach Melgar here. This is the install for the safeties, the free safety and the strong safety in this defense here. In huddle, you'll have, sorry, that goes really bad. In huddle, you will see this install. I'll probably share it after I put all the videos into our actual I guess I'll probably share it on our group chat probably. But on there, I'll also eventually share it through Huddle and all that good stuff. So you should have this video probably sometime Sunday around there. So let me go ahead and get started, guys. So our first install is introducing that of our Oki front in our cover four family. Our cover four is what is our base coverage that we're going to play for a majority of neutral downs, first and second down type stuff. But our cover four can cover anything. We can play it in the open field, in the red zone goal line, in any situation. This is the coverage that we hang our hat on, guys. In our cover four family, our cover four is like a split field coverage cover four. So basically, what that means is what I have to my side, that's the specific cover four that I'm going to be playing. So we can be playing two different things on two different sides there. Overall, the free safety is going to be the guy that's the most involved with both sides. Strong safeties, you're going to have to know what the free safety does, just because motions and stuff can turn you easily into the free safety there. Let me go ahead and get started a little bit here, guys. So in our base cover four, we see in that top kind of row there and top column, if you will, what we can play. This is more specifically to the free safety side, but if I have a one wide receiver side, I am going to be playing med or cuts. If I have one wide receiver, one tight end to my side, I will be playing med. If I had two wide receivers to my side, I can play palms or I can play med. Strong safeties, you will be playing med the first couple of days of practice. Make sure you note that. Free safeties, you will be playing palms to your side if you have two wide receivers. The bottom row kind of takes a look at 3x1s. So if I have a 3x1 that's two wide receivers, one tight end, we're going to play triple. In triple, we can play med or we can play palms. We will always tell that backside corner med free safeties. If I have a 3x1 where I have three wide receivers with no dead tight end, a dead tight end is basically a nub tight end where there's no other wide receivers. So this is a 3x1 with four true wide receivers, three wide receivers to one side, one to the other. We will play what is called stress with med on the backside. And then if it's a 3x1 where it's three wide receivers with a dead tight end, that free safety is automatic med on that tight end. And to the three wide receiver side, we're playing trio with palms, or we can play med to that side. Now, Coach Melgar, what the fuck does any of this mean here, right? You're just throwing a bunch of words at me. None of it really makes sense. Take a look at the next part in huddle. It kind of has all the coverages broken down. Again, what did that first part kind of tell me, the cover four family? What I had to my side kind of tells me what we're going to be playing. Med coverage, excuse me, for the safeties, you're going to be about 8 to 10 yards off of your number two wide receiver. And med stands for man except drag. Man except the drag. So what does that mean? I am man on my wide receiver unless he runs that drag route. Even if he runs that drag route, we still have to respect it a little bit. I'll talk about the under Sam over Mike route that ends up happening a lot now in today's college football. So we'll still respect it for a little bit in case it were to go back vertical. But if it's a true drag route, we're now going to get into that next concept of talking about Robbie one and all that. Let's talk about the two top pictures here first because these are very simple. So on the safety, again, this can be the strong safety, this can be the free safety, doesn't matter, right? If I'm playing med, I'm playing med on the number two wide receiver. Again, we label wide receivers from outside in. The first outside guy is one, the next inside guy is two. We should normally be lined up on a number two wide receiver. unless it's like a 3x1, for example. 3x1s have their own kind of weird, tricky rule and stuff like that. But here, right, strong safety, I'm lined up over number 2 here. My number 2 runs a vertical route. That's a route that's not a drag route, it's a vertical. I'm going to take him man. Very simple. And that picture to the right, number 2 is running an out route. Again, I am man on it. That's not a drag. I am going to run to that out route right now. Okay. In this bottom left picture here, my number 2 does run a drag route. So again, we're going to respect it just a little bit just to make sure it doesn't go up vertical right now. If it does, we'll still take it. But once we've seen it declare, and we know it's declared if it's gotten past the mic, okay? If it does, we are now going to get into a concept called robbing number 1. And just like the term implies, robbing 1 means that we're going to rob that number 1 wide receiver of only 3 routes. There's only 3 routes that we're looking for. That is the curl, dig, or post of number 1. If number 1 runs any one of those 3 routes, we are going to go help our corner by playing basically inside of that guy anywhere he goes. In our cover 4 system, regardless of what we play, the easiest throw or the route that the quarterback is trying to throw is that in breaking the dig or that post route concept there. So that's why we try and help gain you to that route. So let's backtrack for a second. Med coverage. I'm reading the number 2 wide receiver. If number 2 runs a vertical route, basically any other route, I'm manned up on him. If he runs a drag route, we're relating with him for a little bit. Again, I have a good clip of it. Once he declares past the mic, I am looking to rob number 1 of the curl, dig, or post. But Coach Melgar, what if my number 2 runs a drag route and that number 1 runs a vertical or anything else? So let's say, for example, number 2 runs a drag route past the mic and number 1 runs a vertical route. Again, you can't rob number 1 because they haven't ran the curl, dig, or post. So that now takes you to your third action of 2 is gone. I'm not going to go get over the top of the vertical. I want to see if I can go rob the post for any routes coming backside. Again, there's a lot on there on that plate. It actually happens both slowly and quickly. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like quick checks that end up happening there. Okay. And then everything else is pretty much the same for you safeties. Again, does he run a drag route? If he is, make sure it's past the mic. Every other route, I'm manned up on 2. If he does run a drag route, I'm robbing number 1 of the curl, dig, or post. If number 1 does not run a curl, dig, or post, then I'm going to look to rob the post. I'm basically becoming like a cover 3 player in a sense, going to the post, looking to see if I can help gain or steal, get an interception of a route coming to you. So what does that even look like, right? Here's our strong safety over here to the field, right? We see number 2, patient pedal, right? That's so important at the safety position. I'm super patient in my pedal, waiting for number 2 to declare, and then I am denying inside, right? I'm always working to deny inside. Again, I want to be about 8 to 10 yards off inside leverage there. And then as he gets into his route, right, I'm always taking away the inside. What is the easiest throw in any of cover 4? It's the post. So we're always looking to help protect the post first by our alignment, and then also by gaining either safeties or corners to go rob the post as well. Same thing happens here to the free safety side. They're playing med, but he just runs a vertical, so I'm just manned up on him. Pretty easy there. Here's an example, strong safeties, right? My number 2 is extended here, okay? My number 2 is extended here. So I'm playing med on number 2. Again, if he runs a drag route, I'll come off of it. Otherwise, I got him man on everything. Number 2 in this scenario runs an out route. That's mine. I got to drive on it. Here's a scenario. They threw the out route to the field. That should be your interception every time. Backside, this is a great example to the free safety side of what that under Sam over Mike route looks like. His footwork isn't the greatest. I have another clip of better footwork here, but look how he respects it. He shuffles along that line. He's moving laterally. If you're backpedaling, you're only helping that wide receiver gain more ground. Again, I want to work lateral with that movement there. If you were to continue on with that drag, I would rob number one of what? The curl digger post. In this scenario, number two does this under Sam over. Holy shit! What the? Whoa! I don't know what the hell that was. Under Sam over Mike route. Again, you got to respect it. Again, if it crosses the mic, you can let it go and rob one. In this scenario, it does not cross the mic. I got to continue to keep taking it vertical. Here's a good scenario to in the corners video and in the Sands video. I'm trying to make sure that you're paying attention. So in our group chat, I want you to either, yeah, I want you to say Rob one. Rob one. That's going to be your thing to put in the group chat. Don't tell anyone. The corners have something very different. The Sams have something very different. So they can't use this. I want you to put in the group chat Rob one if you've seen this video so far here. So what we have here, guys, we have two wide receivers to the field, and we have a tight end wide receiver into the boundary. Again, my cover four family tells me I'm med to a tight end wide receiver. And what did I say earlier? If I had two wide receivers, what can I play? Med or palms. For the strong safeties, what am I playing? Med. Yes, I am playing med. I feel like Dora the Explorer right now. Throwing Dora the Explorer in there too. Why not? Shit. Or throwing boots or something. I don't know. Throwing a little Dora the Explorer in the group chat and the GIF. I don't know if there's a GIF of it or not, but I want to see some Dora the Explorer in there as well. Med, right? I'm just reading number two, that drag route, or if they're vertical. Here's another example, right? Of number two running that corner route. I got him. Number two running the kind of under Sam over Mike route. Again, I don't want to see a pedal. I have a pretty good clip of it here in a second. You can watch this clip. It's basically the number two is running vertical routes. Very easy. This clip is not for y'all. It's for the corners. Take a look at my strong safety right here. Again, lateral as much as possible, ready to drive on that route. Again, don't pedal. If we get that drag route, I want you to move laterally with your feet. Again, what is lateral? Left and right. Palms coverage. So palms coverage is more so for the free safety. Strong safeties, we still have to know this in case I ever want you to play palms to the field side. Again, we can interchange what we're playing. We can play palms to the boundary. We can play palms to the field. We can play med to the boundary. We can play med to the field, whatever, right? Palms, the exact same thing kind of happens. There's some similarity. You're still reading the number two wide receiver, but now you're reading him for a different thing, a different route here. If he still runs a drag, you're going to come off of it, but there's one more route for you to look for. Let's take a look at that. So on palms, again, here's the safety side here. In palms, if number two runs a 5 to 7 yard out route, you will come off of number two. You will get off of that route. And you will now take man of number one. Take a look at these two pictures here. Top left picture here, right? Number two, what does he run? He runs a vertical. Just like med, I have a man vertically. That's it. He doesn't run the drag. He doesn't run the out. In the top right picture, what ends up happening? Number two runs an out route. In this scenario, the safety, right, we will now come off of number two and take the man of number one there, the number one wide receiver. In the scenario, he's running a vertical. He's looking to go take him here. Let's build off of this concept here, right? Let's take a look at this boundary here. Here's the boundary corner and the free safety here. Number two runs an out route. Look as the free safety works to climb over the top of number one. Again, right? We have him man. So whatever route he does in this scenario, he ran a curl to come back inside. That is my guy. Palms, let me backtrack for a second. Med coverage, MED, man except drag, is like cover four with a cover zero principle to it. Palms is like cover four, but with a cover two principle to it. Or that corner, me and that corner, right? We're ready to swap on routes only if number two runs a 5 to 7 yard out route. That is the only route where we will exchange. Everything else is like med for us. Take a look at the middle left picture here. Same exact thing. Number two runs a drag route. It clears the mic. Now look how the language carries back over. Now I'm going to rob one. What does rob one mean? I'm going to rob number one of the curl, dig, or post. In the scenario, he runs a dig. Coach Melgar, what if he runs a vertical? What if he runs a comeback? What if he runs back to his mom's house because he doesn't want to play football anymore? And then I'm looking to rob routes to the post coming backside to me. This is the exact same for the strong or the free. It doesn't matter. All the teaching is the exact same. I know it says strong safety a lot on here because I played strong safety back in the day. I don't know, shit. Got jokes today. Got jokes every day. By the way, it's like 10:12 here. I don't know if you just, holy shit. Got my workout in too, by the way. 10:12 p.m. here in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Number two runs the out route. I have the vertical of number one. The corners can help us. I don't want you to learn what the corners are doing right now. I just want you to worry about the safeties. But just know there's opportunities for us for the corners to be able to help you out there. Again, I'm looking to climb over the top of number one. Take a look right here into the to that side. We have the free safety in that corner. Again, they're rocking palms here. Again, you got to go to get over the top of number one right now. As you're going right, I want you to take 2 or 3 hard steps going over the top of one. Look back. That ball is probably going to be coming. Go get an interception. Oh my God, y'all! Ooh, hold up, back up, Mike. Look at this guy right here that comes out of the fucking cannon. That's 4.4. That's 4.4 speed right there. I don't know about you, man. This clip is for the corners, but it's the same exact thing. It's palms over here and to the boundary side right here. Corners is jumping two. Safeties is getting over the top of one. Basic clip here. Meg coverage. So Meg coverage will be introduced whenever we talk about red zone goal line. But like I said earlier, cover four, it can be played in the red zone goal line. It can be played in the open field anywhere. Once we get into the red zone goal line, we're going to play Meg coverage. That's usually within the 20 and in. We'll talk about this more whenever we get to red zone day, which I think is like day 6, practice 6 there of camp. But Meg is probably the easiest of palms or med there. Meg stands for man everywhere he goes, just like the word implies, Meg, man everywhere he goes. So basically, anywhere that number 2 wide receiver goes, you're going to go with them. In this scenario, if he runs a drag route, you will take it. You will go run with it. Pretty straightforward. Let's get into some 3x1. So here we're going to be introducing our first 3x1 check, which is stress. We play stress to 4 true wide receivers out there on the football field. The scenario, right, we see 3 wide receivers. There's a receiver into the boundary. Reminder, free safeties, right? We always med that backside corner on that wide receiver. That allows us as the free safety to help out to the 3 wide receiver side. So what the hell is stress? What is stress besides a lot of y'all that are in finals? Stress, right, means the strong safety is going to midpoint number 2 and number 3 vertical. That's a number 2 and number 3 wide receiver. Knowing that for the strong safety, if number 3 ever runs a vertical that bends across back to where the free safety is, that is going to the free safety. He will take it. I can now just worry about number 2. Free safety in stress You have a run fit. You're a forced defender, which means that you can show up late to the box. We'll talk about the run fits for you in a second. Um, but with you playing a run fit where you can be very patient, you can also we're also putting you in a scenario to rob number three of any inside vertical route that comes back to you, or any route that comes your way from number three. If number three runs anything else, you are going to go rob the post. Let's take a look at these top two pictures here, right? So in both of these pictures here, strong safety, right? We're midpointing number two and number three. In the top left picture, two and three are both running vertical routes. I'm midpointing them until three starts to bend across. By the way, why would three bend across? Start bending back to the free safety. This is this natural forward vertical progression. This is what offensive coordinators put in. They teach that number three to bend across to the other side there. So as that starts to bend across, I can now hug back the two. Know one thing, strong safety. You're actually gaining, you're going to gain help from the corner. The corner is helping you bracket number two as well. And the free safety is helping you with number three bending across. So you're going to have help on both sides. The biggest thing for you is whenever you get into your pedal, is making sure that you are midpointing both of those for as long as possible or until three starts to bend across. Okay. If number three never bends across and is right down the pipe, you need to hug three. Okay. It's only when three starts to go away from me that I can get back to number two. Let's take a look at the top right picture here. What happens here? I'm midpointing two and three, but number two runs this kind of like deep 10 to 12 yard out route, and number three is still running vertical. Well, if my number two disappears like that, I have to still be kind of deeper than the deepest between my two guys. Now I can work back into kind of like the post area. If this vertical bends away from me, awesome. It's going to the free safety. But if it's still staying within this window, I'm just going to climb over the top of it. Take a look at the middle pictures here. Middle picture, right? So for free safeties, right, what happens here? Number three runs a dig route. That's perfect. That's coming straight to me. I really don't have to do a lot of work. I'm going to take number three as it comes to me and runs that dig route. Awesome. That's mine. I'm golden. For the strong safety, right, number three is gone inside. He's gone to the free safety. So now I'm midpointing to really get to number two. But look at this weird example here. Number one and number two cross. They run the scissors concept or a post in a corner. Again, I'm always midpointing two. So as they cross, this post now becomes the new number two wide receiver. I will now take that route, and that is mine. The corner will take that corner route that's coming out to him. So we're just exchanging the route concepts there. Bottom picture here. What do we see? Strong safety, right? I midpoint two and three. Free safety. I have the vertical of number three if it bends across to me. Strong safety, right? Number two stays shallow, and number three is running this corner route. Again, number two has disappeared. I'm just going to take number three now. That's my guy, and we're rocking and rolling. Very easy. But for the free safety, what is my responsibility, right? Again, I'm looking to rob number three vertical if he comes across to me. Number three is vertical here, but he's going away from me. In this scenario, when number three runs a vertical that's going away from you or back to the strong safety, I am now going to go rob the post. I'm reading QBIs. Here's probably a very good scenario where I want to just see which way that quarterback is looking. If he's looking front side, take a peek at what the routes are happening. If he's looking backside to my solo corner back there, see what routes are happening. See where you can help out and stuff like that. Stress again is a very weird, like it kind of has like a cover three principle to it. Like we're getting like a 3-over-3 type concept there. Stick to your rules. Trust me, it's going to help you out. It's going to help define things there overall, and also make sure that you're communicating. Why does Coach Melgar like stress? I like stress so much because of how much bubble game we get in this conference. With stress, not telling you completely what everyone does, the Sam backer aligns outside leverage of number two. Um, with number two there, that Sam being outside, he is going to be heavy outside to attack the bubble. With him being outside, it's going to force the block right now, and that's going to clear the picture for me as a strong safety. Once I see that, then I can be ready to go and trigger. Strong safety, you can be the second fast trigger guy, if you will. My corner and the free safety will always help protect you. So first, the Sam should always show up to the party. Once you see it, feel free to be ready to trigger and go be that second hat to the party, just like we see here. The biggest thing that I love seeing in this clip, look how many black and black and yellow and white jerseys here really rally to this football, right? Getting to it, swarming it, getting great efforts. Go get that ball carrier. Same clip here, the same exact thing. Why do I like stress? It helps get the bubble to bounce back inside to where all of our help is. What does stress look like in an actual coverage scenario here? Let's take a look at our strong and our free here. Let's talk about the free first, right? Again, I have a run responsibility in cover creep. It should be in stress. We'll talk about that whenever we get the formational recognition and stuff like that. After I take my run pass read, I am now looking for three vertical bending across. Again, this is what it's going to look like. It's literally going to come to you. Be patient. My aiming point should probably be no more than a couple, probably the middle part here to that side. You should probably get to the other side of the hash here, but that route will come to you. Be patient. Strong safety, right? I have to respect 2 and 3 vertical. The strong safety slowly starts to see 3 bend across. He now is just straight to hugging number 2 there. Perfect. Our next 3x1 is called triple. This is what we play to a 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 3x1 check. Again, triple. In triple, sorry, I just got a text here. Let me shoot this message. In triple, I know who the hell is texting me at 10:30 at night. Hold on now. In triple, right? We're gonna play med or palms. It says mud here. Don't worry about mud. Mud is what we're gonna play in cover 8. We'll introduce that way later down the road. Okay. But we're gonna play med or palms. Strong safety, I want you to play med to that side. What are we doing in triple? In triple, we are pretending like the tight end does not exist. Okay. We're pretending like that tight end does not exist, as at least for the strong safety. Free safety, the tight end doesn't exist for you. I'll get to you in a second. So when I take away that tight end, what's going on? What do I have? I have a 2 wide receiver side, right? Well, what can I play to 2 wide receivers? Med or palms. And everything's the exact same rules in med and palms. Go back and take a look at it to get a refresher there. Again, I can play med or palms to 1 and 2. For the free safety, it's kind of like stress for you. You have the tight end vertical, okay? You have the tight end vertical. Now, the difference between stress and triple, you will have that tight end if you're to run a corner route. Now, just know most route concepts will have 2 ends with this corner route, so we can help gain that strong safety for you. But just know I have that tight end if he runs a vertical route. What is a vertical route? A vertical route is anything past 7 to 9 yards there. It's going to clear the will backer, okay? It's going to get past the will backer there. If he runs any other route, an out route, a drag, I am gonna play QB eyes, QB intensity. I'm like a post player. I'm a true free player. I can do whatever I want. But if that tight end runs a vertical route that's anything past that wall backer, I have to take that man. I don't have a super clear picture of it. This is actually a little bit better picture of what you're gonna look like in the run game, in the run game slash RPO game here. So again, we have a two wide receiver, one tight end side. Again, what are we doing? Strong safety. This guy doesn't exist. I'm playing med or I'm playing palms out here. For the free safety, right? I have my run fit. I'm a force defender, which I'll dive into a little bit deeper. But basically, it just means that you're like this backside gap defender here. We actually have a guy there for it, but you're like that additional cleanup player to that side. What you can also do, because this corner is playing med, right? He's kind of like in a cover zero, cover four principle there. I can help him in the RPO game to fall underneath slants. This is where our free safeties have to be so smart. Our free safeties are probably our smartest DB. Our strong safeties probably are more athletic of the safeties there. Not saying you're not athletic free safeties. I'm not saying strong safety, you're not smart, but just knowing for the free safety, there's a little bit more run responsibility that you have to do. There's a little bit more thinking about RPO game and how you can help the backside as well. The free safety plays this perfectly. This is going to be about what your footwork is going to look like as well. Patient, being ready to fall backside, to fall underneath the RPO game. Specifically, if you have a back to this wide receiver side. If you have back to that wide receiver, that RPO game is going to be either slant, pitch, or out. I only need you to get into the window of the slant. That's it. Zone bits. Look at that. We got another clip. All right. So this is a two wide receiver side. Here's a tight end wide receiver side. Right. So what ends up happening here, right? Motion to end up becoming Trey here. I change the strength motion. So what side does this become? This is a tight end two wide receiver side. What ends up happening? What do we play to a tight end two wide receiver side? Triple, correct. We're playing med to the two wide receivers. What does this backside wide receiver, excuse me, corner become? Med on that wide receiver. And this safety becomes a force defender and looking to take the vertical of number 3. It's that simple. And then again, as that force defender, you're just an extra run fitter. This is the beauty of the defense that me and Coach Delgado have really built here. You're going to be free to really just play football, man. Now, with that, there's a few rules, right? Make sure that you're not overrunning the ball carrier, like what ends up happening here. I always want to play backside of it here. And if run were to ever go this way, I got to be ready to go to it right now. There's going to be another defensive player here. It's going to be the rush. But in case you were to get blocked, I am that extra guy to help clean up backside. You don't have a gap. You don't have a specific gap. You're just going to be an extra player to either side. Again, you have the vertical of number 3, looking to rob the post if number 3 doesn't run a vertical route. Trio. When do we play trio? We play trio anytime we have 3 wide receivers to one side of the field and a dead tight end or a nub tight end to the other side. I know it says the Sam here, but this is actually going to be the corner. The corner. So, what the fuck is this? Okay. In trio, right, to the 3 wide receiver side, we play trio to this 3-by-1. Again, 3 wide receivers to the field, one tight end to the boundary there. Trio basically means we are going to meg the outside corner. Basically, what we're saying is this does not exist anymore. It's not fuck that corner, but it's kind of fuck that corner. He's out there on an island. He's going to go do whatever he's got to do. These grown man things out there. So now, right, again, this is a corner right here, and here's my strong safety. The corner and the strong safety are going to play med or palms on the new number 1 and number 2. Whoa, coach, hold on. Shit. There's 3 wide receivers there. What do you mean the new number 1 and the new number 2? Again, we're pretending like this corner and this wide receiver, they don't even exist. They're on an island out there. They're doing their own thing. So now me in the corner, we'll play med or palms. The fuck was that? Spooky hours around here, man. I'm out burning. Hold on. We're playing med or palms on 1 and 2, okay? It's the exact same rules like med and palms, like normal, all that good stuff. Don't worry about this slide or no slide. Again, just med or palms for you. It's your normal med or palm rule, all that good stuff, okay? There's this one little thing that we'll need to talk about whenever I end up pulling it up here in a second. So if we're trio, right, again, we're pretending like this guy does not exist. And me, right, we have our corner that's come over. Again, pretend like there's a tight end over here. The free safety's on that tight end, basically playing med on that tight end. And now we have a corner out here playing med on 2, and me as a strong safety, I'm playing med on number 3. Ooh. And then it's like regular med rules. Man except drag. He runs a vertical route. I got him. Super easy. Oh, I don't have any extra clips. Free safeties, you're med on that tight end. It's like normal. Your man except drag on that tight end there. So let's talk about some stack alignments and stuff like that there. So in a 2 wide receiver stack, we play box. In a 3 wide receiver stack, we play what is called cube. When I'm playing a 2 wide receiver stack, it's pretty much like playing palms. The corner is going to take that first thing that's outside and vertical. The safety is going to take the first thing that's inside and vertical. So let's say, for example, they run a vertical with a 5-yard out. What would we normally do in palms? The corner would take the out route. I would take the vertical route there. Talk about another one. What if they run post corner or scissors concept? What is my responsibility? Tell me. I take the first thing that's inside and vertical. The corner takes the first thing that's outside and vertical. Let's talk about cube for a second, right? In cube, it's a lot like stress for us. In stress, the strong safety, we can't exactly say just midpoint 2 and 3 just because everyone's all clumped up on one another. But the easiest thing I can tell you is you're going to take the first vertical that's really pressing on you right now. I'll show you a popular route concept that you have to know that teams will run against us this year once they see that we're playing cube like this. Again, play the first thing that's pressing vertical on you, free safety. You're going to take the first vertical that bends across to you. It's kind of just like stress, okay? By the way, for box, we can play box with the strong safety or the free safety. It doesn't matter. You can play a 2 wide receiver stack, either side. Let's talk about stacks here, right? So the stacks, what do we play? We play box, right? As a safety, I have the first thing that's inside and vertical here. So, right, the first thing that came inside vertical is number 7. That corner has to stay with that outside vertical route. Let's take a look at the free safety here. The first route that came inside vertical was here number 9. So he's got to take that. Here's just an angle of it from the back view. Notice one thing here, right? Look how patient his feet was, especially here in the goal line. Lateral movements, climbing the top shoulder. Take a look at these safeties here, right? Got the strong right here. We got the free safety right here into the boundary. Watch your position, right? Strong safety is ready to take that first inside vertical. Probably want him to be a little bit more patient with his feet. A little bit weird here, right? Almost looked like he was running a drag, and then he's going back out. The linebacker will work to relate to it here, right? It's almost like drag-esque in a sense. If you see him on that guy, what does my next rules tell me? Rob one, right? Rob the curl dig post of number one. Number one's running a vertical route. What's the next thing that I can think of? Rob any routes coming back side. It's that easy, gentlemen. Let's talk a little bit about cube here. So in cube, right, we have the Sam backer pressing outside a line of the point guy. These first couple, oh shit, excuse me, I was about to say something else. I thought they were about to run bubble or something. But here we have an actual concept, right? So for the free safety, my free safety is right here. Technically, you'll be aligned like right here. What are my rules? I'm going to take the first vertical that bends across to me, just like that free safety does here. Strong safety, what are my rules? I'm going to take the first vertical that's pressing me right now. I like playing cube just because it's just like stress in a sense. We can get a guy right here that's pressing it right now. In cube, the corner will be like that second guy that's triggering immediately. Strong safety, I want you to be patient in case they do like a bubble and go or anything like that. Let it declare, and then we'll rally down to it late. It should be set up for you to make the tackle strong safeties. Same exact clip, then running bubble. All right, tough route concept here. So what we have here, we have a double post with the wheel route. Let's talk through this. What are my rules, strong safety? This is really important for you to know because they're actually trying to attack you in anytime we get into a cluster formation. And if they're a good offense, they're going to run this. So if they run double posts, again, the first inside breaking vertical route is going to go to the free safety. Trust that your guy is there. Look how my strong safety goes from eyes off of him. Again, he trusts his guy, and now he's going to go to that next wide receiver there. And he has that number two or that next wide receiver vertical on him. He's going to take it. That corner will be responsible for that wheel route. Same thing here. Look what happens. It takes him just an extra second longer here, but he still gets into that window. He still does what we need him to do. Again, the free safety takes the first inside breaking route. Strong safety, we're now taking that next route that comes inside there. And that corner will be responsible for the wheel. I don't remember what game it was. It might have been Bluffton. I could be wrong there, but let's say we get a stack alignment that's super far and wide, like all the way to the sideline. I do not want you to play box. I want you to play what's either called a heads, tails, or IO. Again, we will play this only if the stack is super wide. I'd rather play this instead of heads, instead of box, because I want to try and keep the linebacker in the fit as much as possible. This basically is putting us 2 for 2, 2 DBs for 2 wide receivers. So in this scenario here, this is the only clip I kind of have of it, just kind of going back to my stuff. I'm going to see if I can try and find more. But here's a scenario, right? They motion in to create a stack. Look, again, I only want you to call heads or tails or IO in whenever the stack is super far out wide. I just totally realized I didn't even talk about heads or tails or IO. I just assumed that you knew what it was. In heads, basically, we are declaring whoever the point guy is, he is man on the press guy there, the first wide receiver closest to the line of scrimmage. In tails, whoever the press guy is, he is actually going to be manned up on the back guy. IO lets us play like an in and out type coverage. Basically, whoever this outside defender is, he'll take the first thing out, and the guy that's inside, which is more than likely going to be the safety, he will take the first thing that goes inside. Heads and tails, you play out of press. IO is the thing that you play off. Again, I'd rather get the heads or tails, kind of like this picture here. Here, right, they're motioning to create stack. This corner coming over, he tells this guy, hey, play tails, play tails. What does tails tell? What does tails tell him? He has the back guy. And you, the back safety, will still have that front guy originally there. That's nothing. Kobe or Shaq. We can change these if you want, guys. This is just what the last defense that I was in. This is what the DBs wanted to call it. Kobe means, so we're gonna have a point guy. In Kobe, or Kobe and Shaq will have a point guy. Whoever that point guy is, we're saying that he's gonna be manned up on the point wide receiver. The two back DBs will play IO on the back two wide receivers. Again, he has the first thing inside and vertical. He has the first thing outside. Sorry, the first thing outside and the first thing inside. Doesn't have to be verticals. In Shaq, we actually back up what is the original point guy, and he's still man on the wide receivers point guy, and we're gonna bring up the back two guys, but they're still doing the same thing. They're IOing the back two wide receivers. Again, I don't have a clip of it. I'm sorry, but we'll make sure to rep all this during practice and stuff like that. Again, when are we calling heads, tails, and IO or Kobe or Shaq? If those stack alignments from the wide receivers are super far out wide, like split almost to the sideline there. Let's talk about run fits and Okie front to back cover four. So an Okie front to back four, right? That is like our base defensive stuff, right? Our cover four stuff here. A lot of the cover four family stuff that we just talked about is setting up this. A shit ton of pictures for you to look at that are going to be talking about who's in the run fit, who's not in the run fit, all that good stuff. Safeties, it's very easy for you. You're pretty much a force defender all the time. If you're a safety that has two wide receivers to your side, you are never a force player, meaning that you're like an extra player in the box. If you are a force defender, it's probably because you have a single wide receiver to your side or you have a tight end wide receiver to your side. In this scenario, strong safeties, what do we have? We have two wide receivers to my side. What are we playing? Holy shit, there's the answer. Playing med to my side, right? For the free safety, what do I have? I have a single wide receiver to my side. I'm playing med, and I am the force run fit defender, okay? Force meaning that I can be extra in the box. I can be extra to be able to catch it off the table here, okay? Know that we're just talking like higher football IQ stuff. If you're a free safety and this goes over your head, we can have remedial classes later talking about some of this stuff here. But, right, if back is away from me and just looking at how the run fit's going to happen, be patient, but notice, right, the ball's either going to hit super wide outside because we have a defensive end in the C gap, or the inside gap is going to open like the Red Sea. Go get your ass in there. It's, again, with you not having like a true run fit, it kind of really allows you to kind of play like an Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu mix, where you're just cleaning up shop and helping everyone out in front of you. If you hit the run fit first and just clean shit up, awesome. What do we have to this side here, though, right? I have back to my side as the free safety here. I want to be thinking RPO game. What is the RPO game of the offense that we're facing? more times than not, the RPO to a single wide receiver side is usually slant, hitch, or out. With us playing press man corner into the boundary a lot, you probably didn't get to hear that in my corner meeting, but my corners are going to be pressed up into the boundary a lot there. That's going to take away the hitch and the out. So their RPO game is either going to be slant or take the fade ball shot, which is going to happen right now. So with my presence being here, again, I'm a forced run defender. I'm slow with my steps here. Okay. Where is this run more than likely going to go? It's going to go front side here. Okay. So with that being said, I need to be ready to be slow with my feet, get into the RPO window, and the last thing for the free safeties, I, as the free safety, have the Y if he were to leak out the backside. I'm man on him. Think of it a lot like med coverage, right? If we had a number 2 wide receiver here and he ran an out route, wouldn't you take him? Yes, a lot. Yes, you would take him. You would also be responsible for the Y if you were to release vertical. Okay. If Y does anything to the front side here, to the strong safety side, the Sam has him. But you have to take him if he leaks back across or if he runs vertical. It's kind of like triple with med to it. You're basically accounting for that number 3. Kind of like a lot what you would normally do anyways, okay? Know where the back is, key the Y. If it's a run fit scenario, know where the back is. It's going to help clean up the picture for you. And you're just an extra run fitter. It's going to be awesome for you. Trust me. Take a look at our free safety here. And then I'll talk about the strong safety in a second. For the free safety, right? Again, I'm keying that Y. The Y is vertical. I'm taking him. I'm gone. I'm with him. Strong safety, right? What are we playing? We're playing med coverage. Number 2 is vertical. I got to run vertical with him, climb to his near shoulder, all that good stuff here. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but for my safeties, I'm a big pedal guy. I like to pedal. I'm a slow tempo pedal and stuff like that. Whenever you have a tight end, we're going to be playing what is like a bounce read or like a slow read technique. Speaking of a tight end, notice how, right, we have a tight end wide receiver side, free safeties. So in our cover 4 family, that tells you that I'm playing med. What does med tell me? I am man except drag on number 2. Who's my number 2? The Y. I am a force fit run defender. Again, where's that back, right? Backs to me, be patient. Oh, I'll do it on this one. Backs to me, be patient in the run fit, and then eventually go once it commits, okay? Really, I'm like this like backside gap fitter, if you will. Again, you don't really have a gap, but that's where the ball would hit if it were to wind all the way back there. It backs away from me, right? I don't really need to be into the run fit. Again, the rush or that outside backer there is going to be responsible for that C gap. So where's that ball probably going to hit if it's going to run my side? Right here into this D gap there. It's going to take some time for it to develop. You're going to have some time to be able to get to it there, okay? Well, let's take a look at this middle picture here. Free safety, right? 2 wide receivers on palms. Strong safety, right? If I ever had 2 wide receivers on med. Here's a scenario in the bottom picture. We have 2 tight ends to both sides. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. We are both playing med coverage. Again, that's what it tells me on my cover 4 family. We are both going to be run force defenders. So everything that I've been saying, strong safety, everything that I've been saying about the free safety carries over to the strong safety in these looks here, okay? Make sure, right, that you're paying attention because very quickly, strong safety, you can become the free safety, especially in motion. In our 3x1 checks, right, this is just kind of taking a look at the big picture here. Just moving myself for a second. Right, I have 3 wide receivers. to one's I have two wide receivers, one tight end, and one wide receiver to the opposite side. I'm playing triple. Again, we pretend like that Y is not there. We're med, strong safety, and corner on 1 and 2. Free safety, I'm the force fit run defender, and I have the vertical of the Y if he were to go. Again, force fit, be patient, know where the back is, all that good stuff. If it's true 4 wide receivers and it's a 3-by-1, we're playing stress, strong safety, midpoint 2 and 3, free safety on the force fit run defender, ready to take 3 vertical as he bends across to me. Let me think. What else? Bottom picture here. Oh, here's just an example. This is what I've been calling a dead tight end side or a nub tight end side. Again, it just means that there's only a tight end here and there's no wide receivers. This is what I was talking about where we're playing corners over. It's called Cougar. Basically, the corner's coming over to play on that number 2 wide receiver. This is important to know as we take a look at the next picture. Sorry, in the middle picture. We'll talk about the top one first. So anytime you get like a tight alignment from 2 wide receivers and there's a fullback in the backfield, we're going to check 3-by-1 triple there. Again, what does triple do for us? The corner and the strong safety have number 1 and number 2. In this example, they're tight or they're stacked, right? So we're just going to play box to number 1 and number 2. Again, the Sam backer will have the fullback if he were to go out to me. If the Y were to bend across, the fullback were to bend across or to run vertical, the free safety has him like normal. In the middle picture, this is what I was trying to explain of. Here's a nub tight end side. This is a 3-by-1, but with a dead tight end side. Again, there's just a tight end over here and 3 wide receivers to the other side. This is where we play trio to that 3 wide receiver side. Again, what is trio? That corner, that outside corner is megged up. He's man-to-man on that outside wide receiver. They don't even exist. Now, the corner and the strong safety can play med or palms on the new number 1 and the new number 2. Again, I want you to play med for now. We can get into palms later, okay? My free safety, I am just playing med on that Y, on that tight end there. It's basically like as if there was a wide receiver here, right? There's an X or a Z or what have you, right? Doesn't matter. You're still just man except drag on that tight end there. Coach Belgar, what if he runs a drag route? What do I do? There's no number 1 over here for me to rob the curl digger post. Well, you can look to go rob the post because we know where all of our receiving threats are. Take a look at these bottom left picture and bottom right picture here. All right, bottom left picture here. What do we have? We have empty, right? Empty is really big for us, okay? Empty is really big for us. Sorry, this says med. This is supposed to say palms here. That's where we play the 2 wide receivers to the free safety side. So we'll be playing palms there. And then over here, we're playing stress. What's something that's different here, strong safety and free safety? In stress, right, doesn't the free safety have the vertical of 3 over here? But wait, he has to play palms over here. So with us playing stress to the field side and we are in empty, free safety, you have to tell that strong safety that you are not involved in stress, that it's empty, 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 empty. With that being said, the strong safety, you truly have to midpoint number 2 and number 3 now. So if they do run a crazy ass concept where it's like these types of vertical routes, you have to midpoint that. You will not get help from free safety. Stay deeper than the deepest. If you have to, back up before the snap of the football. Most people don't run five wide verticals, all 5 wide receivers running vertical routes. But that's just, I'm just telling you worst case scenario to be able to help protect yourself. If they were to run quads, we can actually still play stress to it. That's not a problem. It's just truly empty. Quads, the corners midpointing 1 and 2. The strong safeties midpointing 2 and 3. Free safety, you're just going to take the first vertical that bends across to you, whether it's 4 or whether it's 3, whoever. You're taking first vertical that bends across to you, okay? I just wanted to show you what a nub side looks like, right? Here's a dead tight end side, 3 wide receivers. Again, we're playing trio med to this side here. Free safety, we're med on that tight end. This is what a force fit looks like here. Again, with what we're doing with you free safety in the run fit, you're gonna be the unblocked player a lot. Like this defense is gonna be for you. Go get in there, go have some fun, man. Strong safety, I need you in coverage. If we get any like unbalanced look here, it's really important for us to declare the unbalance. We're basically blitzing the unbalance with the Sam there. And then we should have enough coverage wise. Again, someone's going to be covered up. So we should always have more cover guys than there are eligible wide receivers. Oh, just know that whenever you get to an unbalance, always play med to it. We're always accounting for the vertical responsibilities there. And then if you can see it, declare who the ineligible is. Again, how do we know if there's an ineligible? If there's 2 guys on the line of scrimmage there, excuse me, the closest inside guy is ineligible. He cannot run a route. All right, so you're going to see in our base cover 4 that they can play Okie front to back Q and Okie Q. Know that the run fits are the exact same for the safeties. You don't need to learn anything else. If you hear front to back, if you hear Q, let that go over your head. That doesn't mean anything to you, okay? All your run fits are the exact same. All your responsibilities are the exact same. Talking about cover 4, I kind of hinted a little bit at it. I'm just going to dive a little bit deeper into it just because I have time tonight. Kind of. It's like 11, but I got time. I always got time. When we get into 12 personnel, that's usually when the safeties are always in the run fit in 12 personnel. Always. The corners or Cougar, basically the corners are always manned up on the 2 wide receivers. Okay. We as the strong safety and the free safety are always accounting for the tight end and the fullback. The Sam will help us out a little bit too, but we are the first guys responsible for the tight end and the fullback, okay? So taking a look at the top 2 pictures here, super easy. Again, if I split the field right down the middle, what do I have to my side? I have a tight end, I have a wide receiver, I'm playing med. I have a tight end, I have a wide receiver, I'm playing med. What is my run fit? I'm a force fit run defender. Super easy. If I have a tight end fullback wing to my side, that safety to that side needs to bump over like outside a line the pair. So wherever the pair is, right, I want to be just about a step or 2 outside of wherever the that tight end fullback wing look is. So that strong safety, you're actually playing box with the free safety. The free safety is taking the first thing inside vertical, you're taking the first thing outside vertical, okay? What's important for you to know, whoever the safety is away from the pair check, you will have that fullback if he were to come across. If that fullback were to go across, the safety to that side just becomes regular med on that tight end. Super easy. So in this bottom picture here, right, we have Cougar, right? 2 wide receivers on coming over to be med on those 2 wide receivers there. And the free safety and the strong safety, we're playing box on the tight end wing here. If the fullback was just in the backfield somewhere, then strong safety, right, the Sam would be ready to take the fullback across and all that. But because of the pair check, the tight end wing, we have to play box. We're talking about the 2 safeties. They have to be able to account for that tight end and that fullback there. So going back to the picture, right? Tight end wing here, free safety, right? Now, I am the guy that takes the first thing outside and vertical, and the strong safety takes the first thing inside and vertical. Coach, what if this guy blocks and this guy goes out for a route? Well, free safety, right? If it's to my side, I can work to take it, and the strong safety can look to go help rob the post to help out the two corners over there. What if it was the other way around? Or what if still, right? Or what if the fullback blocked and the tight end ran a route going to the strong safety? Well, now the strong safety has to respect it. He has to take that route. And now free safety, I can now look to go rob the post. This is how in our quarter system, we can continue to keep helping ourselves out and helping rob the post, the thing that offenses are going to try and attack the most in our defense. So here's an example, right? Fullback is just in the backfield here, right? Strong safety, I'm just met on that tight end. Free safety, I have the fullback if he were to come out weak. Strong safety, right? Fullback's in the backfield. I'm to the Sam side. He can take the fullback if he were to come out. The free safety is just regular man on that tight end. I can rob the post and help out the corner's front side there. Here's just another example here. These two pictures of like, what's it called? Like ineligible, covered up type wide receivers and stuff like that here. All right, you're ready to get your mind rocked because this is probably the hardest part of our cover four system. Okay, it's motions. You need to take a pause, go get some water, get a bathroom break, throw some water on your face because it's about to get a little crazy here. I will load up NCAA 25 while that happens. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and get started talking about some motions here. All right. With motions happening, the strong safety and the free safety have to be each other's, like, we have to play off one another. We are each other's best friends. If we're not talking with one another, if we're not communicating, this entire defense goes to shit quickly, especially with motions. With motions, talking specifically about jet motions, change of strength motions, we can easily get into our base coverage stuff. Again, it's important for you to know what's happening on both sides. If I get a jet motions are a little bit different. Okay. Let's talk about a scenario where, let me talk about the easiest one first. If I am in Meg coverage, that's man everywhere he goes, Meg coverage to that, to a side here, to any side, I have to be ready as the Sam or the safety to take the wide receiver that's running across. I don't have a clip of that right now. I'm actually still looking for it, but we've done it before. Or I've done it before. And now if we're in med or palms, if we get a jet motion, we're going to play what is called cut. Cut, I kind of alluded to a single wide receiver side. Again, we're not really going to be playing it a lot, but we will be playing cut. It's like a cover two concept, if you will. If I get a jet motion coming to my side, in this example, to the strong safety side, I am becoming a deep half player in a sense. I am trying to midpoint the two wide receivers, number one and number two. The corner is going to jump the jet coming. That's his guy now. The safety that's away from the jet side, he will have the first vertical that comes to him. So it's kind of like stress in a sense, right? We have a safety midpointing two routes, and we have the other safety ready to take the vertical of any route coming to him. Just know if you get a jet coming to you as a safety, if you get a jet coming to you, you're staying in coverage. You're part of the coverage. And if you're decided where the jet is going away from you, in this example, the free safety, I am now going to whatever my run fit is. What is my run fits and pretty much everything that we talked about safeties? You're a force defender, okay? You're an extra fitter, and you have to take the vertical of three. let's get to some clips. Hopefully this helps identify everything that we're talking about here, right? So the corner, this is kind of not the greatest picture of it. I might actually delete this clip um after I show this here. But this corner, right, he's gonna work to go jump this jet coming across. Oh, I know why I like this clip. I actually like how the strong safety plays it. Look how he's looking the midpoint, number one and number two. We see the angle, we see him getting depth. He's ready to do his job. Free safety, right? Look, he's communicating. Sorry, that backside corner becomes man except drag. You now, right? You're the force defender and you're ready to take any route vertical that's coming back to you. Here's a better clip of what it looks like. And this is a really good one to talk about, especially in the red zone goal line. So what's happening here, right? Jet's going, the corner's becoming cut. What does it mean? He's taking the route that's coming, the jet that's coming to him. The strong safety is ready to midpoint 1 and 2 vertical. The free safety is coming over, not going over all the way, but he's ready to take the route that comes across to him. They run the spot concept here. Look how the strong safety is in a good point to be able to play that corner route here. Look what's happening here, right? This is the only deep threat here. Look how the safeties are ready to play off of one another. One guy outside, one guy inside. He runs the corner route like he's going to that safety. If he runs a post, he's going straight to that free safety. You have to trust one another. Same thing with jet, just in a tighter alignment. That corner is working that cut. We got the safety ready to play the midpoint 1 and 2. Same thing here. Again, we see the safety. He's getting the jet to his side. He's giving himself just a little bit of depth. Don't over exaggerate it. You're going to have time. Trust me. Get a little bit of depth. Put yourself in a scenario to midpoint 1 and 2. This is probably the best picture of it overall. Again, we're med backside, cut corner, midpoint 1 and 2, force fit run defender, ready to take any vertical coming across. This is now I kind of want to talk about this next part here. All right, there was the regular there is right the motioning that's happening, the regular wide receiver stuff like that. But what if right we're in a cougar adjustment again? What does cougar mean? There's a nub side. There's a nub side with a corner coming over to that side there. Let's talk about this top left picture here for a second. Top left picture here. Motion's coming to my side, strong safety. Everything's still the exact same. When the corner's going to cut or go take the jet guy, I'm still midpointing 1 and 2. This free safety has to respect this tight end. He's med. This corner coming across, he will take now any route that bends back to him. He's like becoming the free safety in a sense. Next one here. What if we're already in this formation? 3 wide receivers with a tight end. It's trio, right? In trio, right, dead tight end, that free safety is playing med here on that tight end, and we're playing trio to this front side here to the 3 wide receiver side. If a guy goes in motion that's you're over, you're gonna motion with them. In this example, the strong safety, right? We align over number 3. If number 3 motions, I'm actually gonna go with them, and I am gonna play med on him all the way out here. What does med tell me? I'm man except drag. You run the drag route, let him go. Any other route, I'm manned up on him. What does that mean, strong safeties? You and the corner have jobs that kind of blend. That's why the strong safety has to be a little bit more athletic in a sense, because you can turn into a corner very quickly. The corner can turn into a free safety very quickly, especially in these dead tight end looks. If you go across, just talking here, these two corners are just going to play med to number one and number two. Let's say the Z were to motion. Well, who's over him? This corner, right? If his guy goes in motion, he will go in motion with him. And then the strong safety in the corner here are just playing med backside. Here's kind of an example of it. This is a little bit more game planning thing of what we were doing. It's not exactly getting to that cut corner in a sense. It kind of is, kind of isn't here. Like we had our Sam kind of take the jet guy that comes across here, and then we're still playing like a midpoint 1 and 2, midpoint 2 and 3 type concept, kind of into that cut world. It's hard to really explain this game plan without you being in the meeting and stuff. But just know it all still kind of comes back to it. We're just cornered ready to take any vertical that comes back out to him. So you can kind of go through these clips here. The biggest thing that I just want you to see is just the communication side of things here. I love the free safety here. Free safeties, look at this. What does the tight end do? He blocks. What is the free safety doing immediately? There's no hesitation. To the post. He blocks, no hesitation. Go to the post. Go help out. Here's just a clip, kind of a practice here of us motioning, right? Again, strong safety. I'm over number 3. He motions, I go with him. And then they're just playing med backside here. All right, guys, that is it. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, make sure you put in the chat that one specific thing, 2 specific, 3 different things in the group chat. Again, they're very different from the corners or the Sams. Don't tell anyone. I want to see who's actually watching these here. You have a good one, guys. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I will see y'all really soon. See you, boys.